This is a welcome declaration that is long overdue.
It is ugly, hateful, and part of our country's history. And today, Franklin County's Board of Health declared racism a public health crisis. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Colleen Marshall. Franklin County is now part of a growing list of cities and counties to declare racism a public health crisis. NBC4's Eric Halperin is live tonight in Columbus. This was in the works, Eric, before the coronavirus, but the board says the pandemic is highlighting the crisis.
Colleen, health challenges have been adversely affecting the Black community long before the coronavirus got here, but community leaders say the pandemic is bringing more attention to those issues.
This is one of those now you can't unsee it.
Columbus Urban League President and CEO Stephanie Hightower says the COVID-19 pandemic is highlighting a health divide that's existed for many, many years.
This pandemic has said you can't unsee this.
The Franklin County Board of Health planned to do this before the coronavirus, but now it's official. The board has declared racism a public health crisis in Franklin County. According to the board, one of the reasons for doing this is the bigger number of negative health outcomes affecting the Black community.
The question that we now have to face is, what are those underlying root causes? They're the social determinants of health, but what's causing those? And that really is the institutional structural racism that's been building for decades and decades and decades.
Franklin County Public Health Commissioner Joe Mazzola says the board will be getting more involved in policy work related to improving health in communities of color and fighting racism. He says they'll also be doing more with organizations working on similar efforts and investing more money in race and equity training.
We've acknowledged it. We know it's a bold statement, and we're taking these steps now internally and externally, again, to kind of reframe how we're going to be moving forward as a public health agency.
Hightower says it can be an uncomfortable conversation, but that's what it'll take to grow.
So I applaud that, that the Franklin County Public Health, they recognize this, but proof is in the pudding. But how do we as a community come together, recognize it, and really look at policies, look at programming in a way that is going to make a difference, not just put a Band-Aid over it.
The county health commissioner also tells me they'll be hiring an associate director of equity and inclusivity, a position they've never had before. Live and local for you in Columbus, I'm Eric Halperin, NBC4.
Thanks, Eric.